boarding announcement, we are now inviting those passengers with small children and any passengers requiring special assistance to begin boarding at this time. Regular boarding will begin in approximately 10 minutes time. Thank you.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about traveling with a baby, or should I say a toddler, on a long haul flight for the first time. I'm going to be sharing with you the tips and just tricks and also what to know to help you navigate this new adventure. Yes. If you've been following me for a while and you've been following my Instagram, you will know that last year I had a baby. My baby Fisayo is now 17 months old. In 17 months, she's been a jet setter like me. I mean, she's been to Canada last year. She came to Canada last year. She went to Switzerland. This is like at 6 months old, she first traveled. She went to London, UK. She went back to Nigeria. And now, yes, as a full-fledged toddler, she is now back in Canada. We flew from Lagos, Nigeria to Canada, but transited for about, I think 4-5 hours in the airport in Frankfurt. The total journey, I think, was approximately 18 to 20 hours. And I won't lie, guys, I was super anxious thinking about traveling with her on a plane. Like when she was a baby, I didn't feel really anxious. I just thought she's a baby. Babies don't move much. But as a full-fledged adult, which I think she is now, like I was anxious. So I watched many YouTube videos myself to help me sort of bring down my anxiety. And, I haven't experienced everything myself now. I thought I would share with you my best tips and tricks for traveling with a toddler and also just what to know. It's important to know that if you're traveling with a child that is under 2 years of age, the child can fly free as a lap infant, which means that the child actually shares a seat with you. They sit on your lap throughout the flight, which makes so much sense because you can save so much money, compared to actually buying a full adult seat or I guess older children's seats for a child, right? So it makes sense to actually travel with your kids before they get to 2 because it's a cheaper affair. Oh yeah, key to note that a lap infant can sit on your seat. In terms of security, some airlines like Lufthansa have a seat belt that you sort of put it inside your seat belt and strap the baby on. For some airlines like Air Canada, flying from Germany to Montreal, Canada, they did not have any infant seat belt. Apparently that's just standard. You just have to hold your child closely when doing takeoff, landing, or turbulence. So let's get straight into the tips. Number 1 for me is to arrive at the airport early. The truth is you don't want to feel rushed, especially for me when I was flying through Lagos airport. I don't want to feel like pressure or rushed. The truth is many things could go wrong and you want to make sure that you have buffer time for any eventualities. Perhaps, the baby needs a quick diaper change before the flight. Like you want to make sure you have enough time, even for any potential tantrums. Time is your best friend. Number 2, I would say aim for a night flight. Why? Because, it ties into your baby's sleeping or your toddler's sleeping pattern. For me, traveling from Lagos on Lufthansa, the flight was at 10 p.m. It was great because as soon as, we got on the flight, after like 30 minutes to 40 minutes, Fisayo slept, which was great. Right? So the less hours you have to spend with them awake, the less time you have to entertain them, and just the smoother the potential ride on a plane. Number 3, I would say seating. It's important if you can to request for a bassinet, a seat with a bassinet right in front of it. Most long haul planes have like bassinet seating in different parts of the plane, even though they're quite limited. This means that your baby could have a place to lie down and sleep, right? Which is great for you because that means you can actually relax without having to sort of like hold on to a baby throughout your flight. For me, this was so key during my flight because I just felt relaxed knowing that she was safe in a strapped bassinet, and she was comfortable and I was comfortable. So if you can request a bassinet seating before your flight, try and do it. Try a check-in if you can't request it before, and if you have an option to pay for it, I would do it, to be honest, because on my flight flying from Germany to Canada, there wasn't availability because there were so many kids on the flight and people already selected that particular seat with the bassinet right in front of it. So first come, first served. The great thing though about also sometimes is if you're traveling with a child, even if you don't get a bassinet seat, you can request a check-in to see if the flight is empty. If the flight is empty, they can actually block out some rows for you so that you can have like more space to navigate with your child. Like even for us, when we were flying from Nigeria to Germany, we got the bassinet seating, but we also got the 4-row seating. The check-in assistant actually helped block off the two. She put us on sort of like the 2-aisle seat and blocked off the 2 middle seats so that we can basically have a 4-row seated to ourselves with Fisayo, which was incredible. Next tip I would say is to board first. Yes, board your flight. Try and get on your flight first, right? Key to note that most airlines will give priority boarding to business class passengers after they'll mention families with kids. A lot of videos that I watch online actually stated that it's better for you to board last, but I personally like boarding first. Why? Because it gave sort of like, there was no stress in terms of like getting rushed on the plane, right? And second of all, when it came to wear overhead luggage, you were sure that you can put your luggage right above your seats, which is really, really important, especially when you're thinking about navigating, leaving the airport, leaving the plane, disembarking the plane, so you don't have to like wonder where's my luggage or search for it. Everything is in one spot. And it also gives you time to actually just calm your baby, maybe feed her again before everyone gets on the flight, entertain her. Like I personally liked boarding first rather than boarding last. Next point, I would say travel with a compact stroller. Right? We have the Baby Zen Yo-Yo, and I think this was one of our best buys when it comes to Fisayo in general, because when it comes to navigating the airport, you can put her inside it. When it actually comes to getting on the plane, it is so compact that you can fold it and it becomes this tiny little entrapment that you can actually bring it onto the plane and put it in the overhead compartment on the plane, which is great, which means that once you're leaving the plane, you have it with you. You don't have to wait for the officials or the agents to help you bring it from gate check. You already have everything with you, which I think is so, so key. I'll leave the links to sort of like my favorite items for traveling with Fisayo in the description box below, so feel free to click on those links and get those items if you want. Take your car seat if you can. We actually checked in our car seats all the way from Nigeria, and it was sent directly to Canada, which meant we did not need to like carry it within transit or anything like that. Key to note that checking in your car seat is free, so you don't have to worry about, oh, is there going to be an additional cost for this? There's no additional cost for this, especially with Lufthansa, there wasn't. I don't know if other airlines in the future want to do that, charge, but I think typically most airlines would not charge you for a car seat check-in. Having checked in our car seats meant that we had a car seat ready for our car rental once we arrived in Canada. And I was just happy that Fisayo had a very comfortable car seat that she was used to, and with COVID and everything, I was just happy that she had something that was hers. And I actually, before I flew, when I was flying from Nigeria, I actually wrapped it in the cling film thing so that it was protected for the whole flight to Canada. So now let's talk entertainment, because this is a critical part of traveling with a toddler, right? I knew from the onset that my baby Fisayo needed entertainment. So I made sure that I got her the kids like Kindle Fire. Yes, I actually have it here with me. I got her one of these from Amazon Fire Kindle for kids. And it has so they can like place it on the table. What I did was I actually downloaded like all her favorite like CoComelon shows on there. This was like, I think this is like one of the biggest tips. Like, this is entertainment for toddlers. They need this. If you don't want to be fighting them up and down, this is critical. Critical. So definitely get this for your trip. I advise you to do. Okay, now let's talk about food and drinks, or food, what do you need, right? It's really important to make sure that you bring enough snacks for your kids. As in for Fisayo, I got all this nice, like even plantain chips, cookies. I also brought along on the plain milk, her formula milk, because she loves to drink milk just before she goes to bed. That's like her go-to. What I actually did was for the flight, and just to help me navigate things better, is that I took 2 bottles of milk. I already pre-filled the formula powder in it so that I don't have to like deal with like measuring things on the plane. And when it was time for her to have her milk, I just requested, I went to the hair hostesses and they gave me some warm water to mix in the milk. I think preparation is so important. So even that little act of preparing her milk in the bottle it just alleviates any stress from you. Do you get what I mean? So that was very key and important for me. When it came to drinking water, I actually got her this sippy cup, right? And this sippy cup is great because when it comes to spillage, it doesn't spill, right? You actually have to suck it for it. So whenever she drinks it, she can drink it from here. But you know they're gonna drop this, so she's gonna drop this everywhere. So it was perfect that she had something that she could drop and it wouldn't cause like a mess. So this is necessary. So let's talk about diaper bag. You definitely need to buy or carry with you a proper diaper bag, like a backpack. And I'll show you. She actually has a proper backpack, right? But this is actually mine because, you know, I like to travel in style too. So I converted my Tumi backpack into Fisayo's diaper bag. What I love about it, to be honest, is that it has a million compartments. Like literally, it's solid. It has this compartment right here. It has another compartment here. I can also put my laptop in here if I want to. The sides, interestingly enough, actually fit her sort of like a milk bottle, right? It fits it perfectly, which was great. Yeah, so I just love the fact that it has a lot of compartments. I can easily navigate her items in there. So definitely a backpack. Like, don't try and get all those like, you know, a backpack ensures that you actually have your hands free to basically do other things, which you will need to do traveling with a toddler. Let's talk about clothing. Tips for clothing traveling with a toddler. Make sure, for me, I carry 2 extra sets of clothes for her, which I think is super, super important because you might have to do a diaper change if she's messed her clothes up. And also because I was transiting, when I actually got to Germany, I went to the lounge, and I'll speak a little bit more about lounge later, and I could give her a shower and actually put her in new clothes. But what I did, I'll show you when it came to her clothing, is I actually put every single outfit, like I had 2 outfits, so her trousers, her top, in one Ziploc bag before I put it into my diaper bag, right? This was really important because, as I said before, preparation is key. It enabled me to just literally just pick this out and not have to sort of like, where's her top, where's her socks, where is this? It's already pre-packaged. And when I basically used these items, I would put her dirty clothes into this and Ziploc it just to, you know, hygiene wise, right? So that's what I did with that. So when it came to her diapers and her wipes, what I did also was to put diapers, wipes into a Ziploc bag. And also I always have her, what's it called? Her changing mat also in here. So this was super great because I already put it in a Ziploc bag. Whenever she needed a change, all I had to do is literally reach out for this from her diaper bag, backpack, and take it to the washroom and basically use it. The great thing about it is, like, as I said before, preparation is key. You don't want a situation whereby you're scrambling for diaper, for wipe, for this. Everything is in one Ziploc, and you basically just pick that out. So for me, this was super useful, and I would advise you guys to do the same. Now, let's talk about lounge access. I know not everybody can have, you know, like lounge access, but lounge access is actually very, very valuable, I think, when you're going on a long haul flight and you're transiting. So I actually am a Star Alliance Gold member. This is why I always tell people it's important to join your frequent flyer program for your airline, because you know, I joined the Turkish Airlines Smiles and Miles, and in a year I was able to get gold status, and I've been using that gold status even now that I flew economy on this flight. I was able to use the first class lounge, the Senator Lounge, at the airport in Frankfurt. This lounge had an amazing shower where I could, you know, take Fisayo in there, give her a nice wash, prepare her for her next flight, just relax her a little bit, and also, you know, get me a little bit relaxed too, right? So I think it's really important that if you have a lounge access, that you use it. It also allows you to allow your child to be free a little bit. You know, they have a sort of like a safe enclosed space whereby they can run around. You can like, you know, like follow them slowly and not feel like you're sort of like running down like the airport terminals. You're in a lounge. So I think that was very critical and really valuable for me. And it's also, you know, great because you can easily navigate getting breakfast for her easily for free at the lounge too. So guys, that is it. My tips for traveling with a toddler on a plane, on a long haul flight. I really hope this video has been super useful. Like, if you have any questions with regard to traveling with a toddler on a plane, feel free to ask me in the comment section below. If you have tips that you think, oh my God, you guys need to hear this, feel free also to leave those tips in the comment section below. If you want me to create other videos about traveling with children, feel free to leave a comment and let me know too. Thank you so much for your support. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.